Donald Trump is having a terrible morning. All everybody is talking about is the MeidasTouch Network People's State of the Union and not Donald Trump's pathetic speech that he's going to be delivering tonight. Scott McFarlane reports at least 40 congressional Democrats will be skipping Trump's State of the Union. That number is rising indeed, and we expect those members, or a lot of them, to be with us at the MeidasTouch Network for the People's State of the Union. Make sure you tune in tonight. You have Democratic Congresswoman Angie Craig say, "I would rather stick forks in my eyes than be here tonight to listen to Donald Trump talk about the State of the Union." We absolutely agree with that. That is why the MeidasTouch Network is hosting the official boycott of the State of the Union, the People's State of the Union. So what is Donald Trump posting about and doing this morning? Here's what he posted moments ago. The Democrat shutdown is killing the blue states. The Democrat shutdown is killing, what are you? You are killing the United States of America. Take off the masks of the Border Patrol and ICE Gestapo who are torturing, terrorizing, and killing people in this country. Have them wear body cams. Have them use judicial warrants. Wow, what a concept, judicial warrants. And not be at polling sites during the midterms. I personally agree that ICE and Border Patrol needs to be abolished. The Democrats have requested at the leadership level those demands which I just listed, and the MAGA Republicans prefer terrorist ICE, Border Patrol, SS paramilitary Gestapo torturing, terrorizing, and killing the American people. But what else would you expect from a predator regime? And one of the reasons why people must boycott this despicable State of the Union is that Donald Trump is involved in a pedo protection racket. The Trump regime is covering up a child sex trafficking ring, and they're covering up accusations against Donald Trump. We know from reading the files, the ones that have been released, there are still 50 terabytes of documents that are being hidden by the Trump regime. That can mean tens of millions or hundreds of millions of documents that are far more devastating than what's already been produced. But from what's been produced, there are some serious accusations against Donald Trump. Now, Stephen Fowler from NPR reports exclusively, an NPR investigation has found that the public database of Epstein files is missing dozens of pages related to sexual abuse accusations against President Trump. Other documents that mention Trump have been taken down and some restored. Here's what we know. The Justice Department has withheld some Epstein files related to allegations that Donald Trump sexually abused a minor. An NPR investigation now finds. It also removed some documents from the public database where accusations against Jeffrey Epstein also mention Donald Trump. Some files have still not been made public despite a law mandating their release. These include what appears to be more than 50 pages of FBI interviews and notes from conversations with a woman who accused Trump of sexual abuse decades ago when she was a minor. NPR reviewed multiple sets of unique serial numbers, we call them Bates numbers in the legal parlance, appearing before and after the pages in question, stamped onto documents in the Epstein files database, FBI case records, emails, and discovery document logs in the latest tranche of documents published at the end of January. NPR's investigation found dozens of pages that appear to be cataloged by the Justice Department, but not shared publicly. When asked for comment, Donald Trump's spokesperson said, just as President Trump has said he's been totally exonerated on anything related to Epstein. That is why we are boycotting this despicable State of the Union. We're holding the People's State of the Union. So you can go and check in. You'll see on our live feed on this YouTube channel where you can watch it. You'll see the waiting room is already filling up with people. So go and watch the People's State of the Union.
I've got some important news that we can't let slip through the cracks, so let me bring you an important climate update in just about 1 minute. The Trump Environmental Protection Agency has eliminated the 2009 endangerment finding, which established that greenhouse gases are a risk to public health and environmental safety. We cannot let this story go away. This was the entire basis of the EPA's ability to regulate climate warming emissions and allowed the EPA to regulate greenhouse gases under the Clean Air Air Act. So this is just a total giveaway to the fossil fuel industry and will negatively affect attempts to get climate change under control, both here in the United States and around the world. Environmental groups are already suing over the move, and so I'll keep you posted with what happens when we have more updates there. And in an even more underreported story, the Trump administration plans to loosen restrictions on coal-burning power plants, allowing them to emit more hazardous pollutants, including mercury. The EPA has already exempted 47 companies from regulations to curb mercury and air toxins for coal-fired power plants for 2 years. We need to make sure that we continue to highlight these stories amid all the craziness, and I'm calling on all of you to speak out. So let me know in the comments what you think of these moves by the Trump administration. Let me know what you think of these climate updates that we're doing here in general. I want to hear from you. Okay, Ben, back to you.
So what are Donald Trump's sycophants saying on the eve of this State of the Union? How are they dealing with the fact that Donald Trump has crashed the economy, made things far less affordable? We've never been less safe. He's gotten us into all of these foreign wars. People can't afford homes. He's ripped away healthcare. He's destroyed the federal government. He's destroyed just our ability to have environmental protections. He's attacked education. He's attacked just basic government functioning. What are Trump sycophants saying? Well, you've got MAGA Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin out there saying we cut inflation in half. You didn't cut inflation in half. What are you talking? It's rising. It's higher right now. What are you talking about? I mean, literally, inflation is rising month over month. These people just lie about everything and think that you and I are stupid. Here's what Markwayne Mullin says. Play this clip.
Start talking about the economy and the amount that we brought down inflation. We cut it in half on average, but from a high of 9.1 to 2.4.
But when he came into office, it was about where it is right now.
Well, but we stabilized it. When you start talking about energy costs, the way the energy costs have come down, which the energy cost, Joe, you know, is energy is the backbone of the economy. You can't build and you can't ship without factoring in energy. So as you've seen energy come down, the wars that he has stopped, the amount of killings that he has stopped around the world, the safety you feel in our streets now. I mean, right here in Washington, D.C. is a prime example. The way he's restoring law and order and bringing confidence back. Our military.
Here's what MAGA Republican Congress member Andrew Clyde has to say, that we are the most feared in the world now. Everybody fears us. How great is being feared? Here, play this clip.
You know, I hope they're respectful to the president and they respect at least the office. But I think Trump derangement syndrome is alive and well on the Democrat side. So, you know, who knows what the Democrats are going to do tonight. But tonight is all about the president and the state of our union. And it is stronger. It is safer. It is more prosperous. And we as a nation are more respected. Actually, we're feared on the world stage because of President Trump. So I'm looking forward to his speech and the path ahead where he will lay out for us his vision for the future.
The rest of the world despises the United States. Our former allies despise the United States right now. You're bragging about being feared and not anyway. Here's what MAGA Republican Tom Emmer, Congress member, has to say about Donald Trump falling significantly in the polls. Let's play it.
The president ran on, obviously something that helped him win this second term. But lately, I think some of the polls have flipped even on immigration. Do you think that there was too much done at some point in terms of some of the tactics? Because that's what you hear from critics. I mean, Obama exported more, or deported more, or at least sent more back. I mean, Bill Clinton sent more back, but you didn't have the same reaction. What happened?
Well, first off, I've been doing campaigns at the federal level now for over a decade, and I would tell you, Joe, I don't trust these polls. They're going to say whatever they are. Right. They're emotionally driven. It's a snapshot in time. The real issue is going to be when we get to next fall, and the vast majority of the people in this country who don't wear a partisan red jersey or partisan blue jersey wake up after Labor Day and look at themselves and say, am I in a better place than I was under the Biden administration? And do I see a brighter future? That will determine the outcome. But when it comes.
And here is what Ted Cruz had to say about Kash Patel partying with the Olympic team after they won the gold medal. Let's play this clip.
Cash at the Olympics because the FBI has an important job protecting security there. And I got to say, you know, it's interesting. You see Democrats right now who are paying focus groups saying, how do we connect with real people? How do we not seem like a bunch of PUFTA elitists? And then they turn around and get really mad. I can't believe Kash Patel was drinking a beer and celebrating with the American hockey team after winning the gold. You know what? I would have loved to have been in that locker room, and I don't know a guy on planet Earth that wouldn't have been.
Want to know what their priorities are as well? Here's MAGA Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn talking about an issue that I know a lot of Americans are focused on right now. I'm not being serious there. Play this clip.
You've seen with Apple News, and that comes preloaded on the iPhone for 150 million Americans. And whether it's the Media Research Center or all sides, what we see is they are biased against conservatives. And the censorship against conservatives has got to stop. So saying, hey, Tim Cook, in January, 400 articles that went up, 0 from right-leaning, center-right, or conservative groups. 0, 400 to 0. There is something wrong with this.
One of the things as well that we're learning this morning is, so as you know, Trump announced last week that he was bumping up the new global tariffs under the 1974 Trade Act, Section 122, which he's unlawfully invoking, from 10%, he said on Friday, against the world, to 15%, but then he never actually signed an order. So today it's 10%, not 15%. He's also claimed a hospital ship was on the way to Greenland, which never actually happened either. So I guess this is totally normal and everything is fine, our editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski writes. Trump's global tariff takes effect at 10%, despite his announcement at 15%, because he didn't sign the document that said 15%. He just put it on his social media platform, the same way Donald Trump said that we had hospital ships that would be showing up to Greenland after an American nuclear submarine surfaced off the coast of Greenland, and the people of Greenland saved the life of an American soldier. And it turns out we had a nuclear submarine off the coast of Greenland when the King of Denmark had visited Greenland. And as Bradley Moss finally says, checkmate, libs. What has Donald Trump done in this past year as well? Well, remember the Trump meme coin and the Melania meme coin? Well, they've collapsed 92% and 99% respectively from their all-time highs. The Trump family continues to fleece suckers every day. It's what they do. And here's what we've learned. Trump meme coins. The official Trump and Melania tokens have collapsed 92% and 99% from their all-time highs respectively, and the damage to retail investors has been staggering. While insiders, the Trumps and others, cashed out over $600 million through fees and token sales, retail holders absorbed the losses at a ratio of 20-1. For every dollar insiders earned, ordinary investors lost $20. In total, retail losses exceeded $4.3 billion across nearly 2 million wallets currently underwater. The concentration of gains is equally striking. Just 45 whale wallets extracted a combined $1.2 billion, and the sell-off may not even be over. With $2.7 billion in insider tokens still locked until 2028, significant selling pressure remains on the horizon. So I guess that's Donald Trump's State of the Union, folks. That's why watch the People's State of the Union, and you'll see, again, on our live feed here on the YouTube, you'll see the People's State of the Union. It starts at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. We have 35 to 40 members of Congress, senators, House of Representative members who will be there. I look forward to seeing you all there tonight. Thanks, everybody.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.MeidasTouch.com. All 100% USA union made.